Surviving 40 years in business is quite an achievement, and there's a lot of people that had a hand in helping achieve that. Not only, internal things that happen to you, but things happen to you, external factors. There have been 6 economic crises that the company has faced. The first of those happened before I joined TKA Architects in the early 80s, 1980, 1981. I happened to be in school at that time, which was a very good thing. I distinctly remember professors saying it's a great time to be in school because there's absolutely no jobs to be had in the architecture profession right now.
Recording 73, economic crises. Mr. Mike, take 1.
The second economic crisis that we survived was in 1987. The first factor in that was our largest client. Almost all of our work was for them, was AMC, and they decided that they did not need any more new theaters, and so that was quite a jolt to the company. And then also was Black Monday, where the stock market dropped almost 30%, the largest single day drop since the Depression. I remember the day that Ted brought us in the conference room and says, well, as of Friday, I can no longer pay any of you, so you should all look for other jobs. I fortunately did not find one before he was able to start paying us again, and so I'm still here many, many years later. And so the third and fourth economic crisis has happened in rapid succession, 2000, 2001. We call them the double whammy. The stadium seating megaplex construction craze that happened in the 90s had crested. A lot of the companies were in financial difficulty, had overextended themselves, and 7 of them filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So our cinema work automatically went to almost nothing. We diversified, we were doing some lodging, we were doing some food and beverage work. We thought we were going to get through it. And then in 2001, event number 4, September 11th. All of us have the picture of the World Trade Center and what happened there. But as you can imagine, hotels, travel, food and beverage things were significantly hit. And so we faced quite a challenge to make through and continue into business. The 5th economic crisis was the Great Recession, beginning in 2008. Very, very challenging time for us. Jack Tammer and I had just purchased the majority of the company from the founders, Ted and Sue, months before everybody realized this recession was happening. And so it was really difficult. We leaned on each other a lot. We figured out a way to get through it. It seemed like it lasted forever. And that brings us to the 6th and current economic crisis, which is the impact of COVID-19. And the impact has been significant on entertainment facilities, our primary practice. Most of our clients have been 0 or near 0 revenue companies for most of the past year. And we're still in the process of recovering from that. What we learned from previous ones is we can figure out a plan and work our way through it. And we have every confidence that we will do that and are doing that. We like to focus a lot on providing a career path for everyone that's part of the TK family. We consistently hear feedback from people who've been here for a period of time and moved on to another opportunity, that they got opportunities to do things earlier in their career than they might have gotten at other places. That certainly has been my experience, and we hope that we're providing that experience for everybody that works here. It's hard to talk about career path without thinking about my own career path. And I like to think about it in terms of hats. And I've worn lots of hats during my nearly 38 years here at TK Architects. Initially when I came in, I showed an aptitude in technical things like specifications and construction. And so I focused quite a bit on that. I call that kind of my first hat. And then as I got a little bit more experience, I started working as a project architect. And I was a really good project architect. I mean, it's exactly what you went to school to do. You're creating these things. It's a really wonderful time, and I enjoyed it immensely. It was very hard to give up hands-on day-to-day being a project architect. But eventually I did, and moved into more of a project manager kind of operations role. Then I kind of transitioned into a business operations manager kind of a role, very little kind of project involvement. Then I kind of moved into a much more focusing marketing role, trying to help expand the business and focusing on that. And currently serving in a role that's more really focused on business development and then also company management, which is a whole other issue. The architecture, design, engineering, it's a really cool career. You can kind of take it anywhere you want to go.
Nice. What are some of like the different hats you think? You think like a detailing and construction, what kind of hat is that?
Hard hat.
Hard hat.
Yeah, the first part is a hard hat, that's for sure. My high school graduation year.
Recording 78, take one.